Welcome back to Websites for Beginners. JP here, and we continue our journey in this crash course of WordPress, Blocksy, and Brizzy. We are kind of done with Brizzy, and I want to remind you that we started at the very beginning with WordPress, and then we did Blocksy, and then we got to Brizzy. And what have we actually done with Blocksy and WordPress? Not much yet, but in this tutorial and then in the next one, we're going to tackle that. And then in future tutorials here on Websites for Beginners, you're going to see a lot more where we work with the theme, where Blocksy comes into play far more. If you want to learn more about WordPress, you're going to learn that through the tutorials, but I'm also releasing videos here on the channel called WordPress Essentials. And that will show you all those small little things like how you change the language within WordPress if you are interested in those things. Let's get back here. What I want to do is place a menu at the top, similar to this button that we've created here. Find out more. We created that jump link. So when people click on it, it takes them to the contact section. What I want to do is place a few links here at the top, even though this is just one page, so that when people click on it, it will take them to the About section. Another one that will give them the image gallery, woohoo! And then again, the contact form. Now we did give the contact form a name. You remember we went to the block settings, and not actually, we added it in the block, but you can find it here under advanced. So what we need to do to make sure that we can also link our About and Gallery section is to go and give it a name for each one of them. So let's first go to the About Us section. We go to the block section or the block settings, then click on styling, and then styling advanced here, block name. And we're going to call this About, just About. Click outside and scroll down to where you have the image gallery. Do the same, settings, styling, and then advanced under styling, and we call this gallery. That's it. There are a number of ways how you can create these links at the top. And in fact, within Brizzy, there is a menu element. We can go here, I'll just show you, that you can use to bring that in. You see that there are actually two menu elements. One is for the free and one is for the pro. If you work in the free one like we are, of course, you're going to use this one. But we're going to jump that. Instead, we're going to bring Blocksy in, because Blocksy can do that and a little bit more because we are using the free version. But where is Blocksy? At the beginning, I showed you all that about the themes. And where is the header? Where is the page title? Where is the footer? When you install Brizzy and you start editing the page in Brizzy, by default, it loads the Brizzy canvas. And this means that it gives you a clean slate. You're not going to see anything from the theme. That's why you didn't see the header, you didn't see the footer, you didn't see the page title. Now we're going to switch to the default template, which will let us see the Blocksy header and footer and page title. Within Brizzy, we're going to do that. You go here to the bottom left where you see this little page icon and it says page. Click on that and then you see the page template. Currently it's using Brizzy template, which means there is nothing. But if you select it, you will see you have now the option to select default, and that's going to be the default theme template. So I'll click on it. It's going to refresh my page, spinning wheels of motion. And then I'm going to get that page, which we had the header, the page title, and if we scroll to the bottom, this little footer here at the bottom. Important, you cannot edit any of this here. We are within Brizzy at the moment. You cannot edit this within Brizzy. You have to go and edit it within Blocksy. And there are a number of ways that we are going to be doing this. But a few things. First of all, let's save just to make sure that we've kept these changes. Control S, Command S, or click Update there in the bottom right corner. But before we leave here, because we're going to exit now to Blocksy, you're going to just open a preview on the front. So you can hit Control Shift P or Command Shift P just for us to have this open on the front. And then we'll go and make changes within Blocksy. And then every time we make that change, I'm going to update it from here. Go back to where you have Brizzy and let's exit here. So go to the bottom where you see more and click on Go to Dashboard. And now it takes us back into the WordPress page editor. In the top right corner, you will see there's a little icon for Blocksy, Blocksy page settings. Select our good friend Blocksy. And the first thing we're going to do is select here in the tab on the right, page title. And it says inherit. Inherit, don't worry about that. Custom, no, don't worry. We want to disable it. So what is this page title that I'm showing you here? Let's go to this page I told you to open. It's this section over here. And we don't want that to appear. This is so 1990, 2000s. Yeah, we still use page titles, especially when you're working with posts. But we're going to not use it. We just don't use it anymore. So we want to disable it. Go back into WordPress and the page editor, Blocksy, and remember we click disabled. Now that it's been disabled, to make changes here, you can just hit again Control-S, Command-S, or click up there on Update, updating the page, and then go to the front end and let's refresh the page and you will see that our title is gone. One more thing we want to change here. I'm not sure if you can see, but if you look very closely, you're going to see there is a gray bar, slightly gray here. And then scroll down, you're going to see there is a similar space here at the bottom. That again is a setting in Blocksy that basically stretches the content on the page. You don't need that when you're working with a page builder like Blocksy, so we have to remove that. Let's go to the top, then go back. And again, with Blocksy selected, let me do that. Close page title, now go back. And then just scroll down here to content area vertical spacing. Again, it says inherit. Inherit from the settings in your main customizer. But we're going to click on custom. And all you do, go all the way to the right and click on disabled. Let's update the page. Go to the front. And then do the same and note that space, refresh, and the space is gone. Now we want to do the following. We want to change this area, just another WordPress site, to our logo or our name. We want to bring in the menu links here for the about, the gallery, and the contact section. We want to make this transparent so that it can go over this hero section we've created. And then at the bottom, we also want to change out this here WordPress theme created by Creative Themes to our own little thingy, plus add maybe a menu here at the bottom in this footer. That is all done again, yes, within the customizer for Blocksy. So it's basically the Blocksy settings. But now we have to go one jump back into WordPress. Here in the header, and remember I told you this part of your page or the website is called the header. This area here, where you see those links that you can click to navigate between pages, is called the menu. Now, the menu is not set in Blocksy or in Blocksy. The menu is created within WordPress. So you begin to understand the layers here. Some is connected to WordPress, some is connected to Blocksy, and some is connected to the page builder, in this case, Blocksy. So to create the menu, we have to go into WordPress, and we're going to do that first. Again, leave this page open. I'll exit here and go to our back end within WordPress. Click on the W in the top left corner. And to find our menu, in the navigation sidebar on the left, go to Appearance. And look there, it says Menus. Select it. The first thing you need to do is create a menu. Go here where it says Menu Structure and give your menu a name. This is a title because you can create more than one menu. So it's a way to identify the menu. I usually call this my main menu. And then you select here in the bottom right, Create Menu. Now we're going to add those links for those sections that we have created. We call those custom links. They don't exist. We need to create them. Go to the custom links. And the first thing is the URL. The address, where does it go? And because this is a one-pager site, all I need to do is give it the address of the block. And we start that block section always with a hash. The hash indicates a section on the page. And then the first one was about. And that's all I'm going to do. And then the title of this page, or section, I'm going to call About Us. And then click on Add to Menu. Now I want to create a second link for the gallery. So I do the same, hashtag, and then gallery, and then link text, I will say gallery. Add to menu. And the last one is the contact section. And we call that one #contact. And then the link text we're going to call contact us. So you can type in there anything you want. Send us a message, message us, we miss you, whatever. Click on add to menu. But before you go ahead and save your work here, you'll see here it says display location. And this is another one that wants to make you a little bit freaked out. But if you look here on the front where we have this header from Blocksy, this in the top header is header 1. This is header 1, menu 1. So if you go here, you will select header menu 1. This is where this menu, main menu, will be displayed. If you create another menu and you want to display it on another header, then you call maybe that one secondary menu and you display it on header menu 2. Understand? So you can create a different menu and you can assign it to a different location. But this main menu, we're also going to use at the bottom where the footer is. So I'm going to click footer menu, as well as we're going to use it on the mobile menu. So I'll click mobile menu. I want to assign it to all of them. And then I'll go ahead and click save menu. Make sure you click save menu. I often forget to click save, then I navigate away and then I didn't have those changes locked in. Let's see if our menu, about us, gallery, contact us now appear within this header. Go to the front end and refresh. And there we go. About us, gallery, and contact us. So we've created them. Do they work? So click on about us and yep, they go to about us, but what's happening? Click on gallery. And there's our gallery. Great, it takes us to the gallery section. Exactly what we wanted, but something feels off here. What is wrong? Yes, the contact us. So the jump links, these custom links are working perfectly, but it's a hard jump. You go from here to there immediately and it feels a little bit weird. You're not even sure if you're on the same page anymore. Now, strangely enough, when you work with page builders, that smooth scroll that you can have, like here, scroll, you can see it scrolls nicely, does not work in Blocksy within the header section. So when I click here on About Us, you don't get the same smooth scrolling. This is the wonder of WordPress. Anything you cannot do in WordPress, you can dream it up, and then you go to the WordPress repository plugin or the plugin repository, and you will find something there. So we're going to find a plugin that's going to allow us to smooth scroll those as well. Let's go back and then go to plugins. You can just click on plugins or installed plugins. Let's have a look what we currently have here. We have Brizzy. This is the one that's activated, and we add another one. Go to the top next to plugins, add new, and not sure what it's called. We just call it Smooth Scroll ID. It's going to search and give us a few options. And this one, page scroll to ID. What this little plugin is going to allow us to do is when we click up here on contact us, it's going to scroll smoothly. So let's go ahead. The first thing we need to do is install now. Anything you do in WordPress will always install it first, but it's not activated. Second step is click on activate. And the default settings for this one is perfect. You don't have to do anything else. You can see here under plugins, it's also highlighted in blue now, which tells you that page scroll to ID is activated. Go to the front page. Let's refresh it so we can bring that plugin settings in. Go to the top and click on contact us. And look at that. Smooth scrolling. Great. So we have created that menu. We've assigned the menu up here. We've added smooth scrolling. Let's go and make the changes to how this header and the footer looks. That is done within Blocksy. And every time you make changes to the theme, we go into what we refer to the customizer. We customize the theme. I would have liked to call it settings, but this is again something from the past that's carried forward into the future and will be there for still eons to come. So remember, every time you want to make a change to the theme, customizer. There are so many places to find it. The first place you can find it is under navigation here, appearance, and then you will see under themes, customize. Select that. It's going to open the page and it's going to give you the theme customizer. And it will most of the time look like this. Each theme will look a little bit different. But close this one and let's go to the front end. If you look here in the WordPress toolbar at the top, you're also going to see the option to customize from here. And this toolbar becomes like a quick link area. Just click here, customize, because what will happen now when I click on customize is it's going to open the Blocksy customizer. And at the same time, it's going to keep this page that I've created in Brizy so that I can view my work and know what I'm doing. Brilliant. Let's start with the header. On the left, you will see we have general options, post types, and then core. Let's look under general options and look for the header. Select it. You have elements and select headers, global header. And I keep clicking on it like crazy. It doesn't want to take me into the settings for the global header. And a light bulb goes up in my head. I haven't installed the Blocksy companion yet. So what the hey is the Blocksy companion? Let's exit the customizer. To save your work, just click publish and exit by clicking on the X at the top. And it takes you back into, okay, we're in the front page at this moment. From here, let's go to WordPress. Click on the W. And then remember when we went to plugins? You saw that we have this one. Thanks for installing Blocksy, you rock. We strongly recommend you to activate the Blocksy companion plugin. This way you will have access to custom extensions, demo templates, and many other awesome features. And one of those awesome features is the transparent header. So we have to install this. This is an add-on. The reason why it's not part of the theme is because with the theme, they make it very small and very convenient to use. Many people just prefer that. If you want all these additional features, you install the plugin companion and then you get these extra features. Go ahead and click on Install Blocksy Companion. And now here in the sidebar on the left, you'll see that we have a section for Blocksy with a lot of stuff for Blocksy there. But if you go to plugins, you will also note that Blocksy has installed the Blocksy Companion. So more and more we're installing more stuff on our site, right? Gets a little bit frightening. Go to Pages. And we go through this process again. Go to your page, my first try, click on View, and this will take you to the front end of this page. And then from here, we go into the customizer. You remember, we go to the WordPress toolbar at the top and select Customize. Now we go to our header. Under General Options, select Header, Headers, click on Global Header, and there we go. We select Transparent Functionality. And now look what it does. It drops it over this hero section that we've created, but we cannot see any of this because that's dark text and this is all light. And how can we fix that? So what we want to do is we want to change the color of these menu item links. There are again a number of ways how you can access it. You can go back to the main settings here and go to your header. And then note that here is what we refer to as the header builder. We have the menu, which is these three menu links that we've added, menu 1. And then we have a search function there. And then we have a logo. That's the logo up here. We'll work with this menu 1 first. You can select menu 1 simply by clicking on it. And then you see the options open here. The first thing we'll do is change the color so we can see it. General, next to General, go to Design, and we change the color. So go and select this blue, and all I will do is select this color number 8, the white one. Make it easy. We put all three of those on white. And there you see, we can see our menu. This is very easy for us. Save your work, click there on Publish. And then select General, so you can have a view here that you can actually have different types of headers. If you want a line, go here to type 4, select that. And as you hover, you will see those blue lines, which we cannot see. What we can do is go to Design again, and then here, Active Indicator Color. Let's select that and put it on white. Now, when I hover over my menu, you will see the white lines. Go back to General, and then the item's height, which will be those lines, I'll reduce to around 50%. And you see that looks very funky indeed. Next to our menu, we have the search little icon. You can select this one to open the settings, or you can just click here on search within this menu. Let's change the color for that. But after I've done that, the reality is you don't need this search on your website at all. It's just unnecessary. So we remove it. And to remove anything from the header, go here to the main row where the header builder is and click on the delete next to the search little box. And it's gone. It removes it up there. Let's go to the logo. I click on logo. It's not doing anything. Let's click up here. It's also not doing anything. So I'm going to click here on publish. Refresh the page. Often you have to refresh just to get things to go in again a little bit. Let's go here to just another WordPress site and click next to it. And there you go. Opens up the logo for us very easily. You can also find it by just going to header and then select logo here. And that takes you to the logo settings. We don't want a logo because our header is actually already a logo. What I'm going to do then is where you see just another WordPress site, that is actually the site title being displayed there. I'll go here to site title and just deactivate it, and now you see nothing. So the question is, do we need a logo in our header? Not for this tutorial. So go again here to main row and click next to the logo and delete it. What we can do is move around our menu actually. Go to the menu, you see over here on the right, click, hold, and drag it here where you see the little blue dot in the middle and drop it there. And now our menu moves to the middle. Let's click on it so we can go into the settings. And then here where you see item spacing, let's increase that to around 50. Now let's make that a cool 100. So now, oh yeah, all the way to the right is 100. You see we have our 3 options here where we can jump to. And that's how we have gone and created our transparent header. Very basic, but at least you have some idea. A bit overwhelming, I'd say. Click back here and go to the main settings of the customizer, and let's have a look at the footer. The footer appears at the bottom of the page, and as I select footer, it will open the footer builder, very similar to the header builder. Just scroll your page down to the bottom so you can see what's going on. Now there is a copyright section, and it's put in this one called the bottom row. Click on the bottom row and it will open the settings for the bottom row. I want to have 2 columns here because I want to bring in a menu also in the bottom row. Over here, select 2, and now you will see that it will split into 2. Click on copyright, and here you will see copyright current year, WordPress theme, and then you can say, select all of that, developed by Madman Productions. Okay, we're going to keep it very simple. You can put some copyright in here. It looks very professional. Let's just save, Control S, Command S, or click on Publish here at the top if that isn't working. And now we need to bring in a menu element on the right. To do that, select back here next to copy, and you will see all the elements that appear that you can use in the footer. Click on the footer menu and drag it, and then drop it in the right column of this column here, which is the bottom row. And once I drop it in, you will see our menu appears there. And remember, when we had created this menu, we told it, this menu can appear on header 1 as well as on the footer menu. Select the footer menu so we can just align it to the right. And that is going to be done here next to horizontal alignment. Select right. Again, you can see there are so many options. There's a lot you can do. You can build out immaculate, stunning looking headers and footers with this. We'll cover that in future tutorials. For now, this is all we want to do here. Publish your page, but something very important. Remember what I told you, every time you think you're done, you're not done. It goes the same for Blocksy. You need to go and look how this will work on a mobile. And here in the bottom is Blocksy's responsive settings. So you see there's one for tablet. We're going to jump straight to mobile. And the mobile is going to look different. So let's scroll to the top first and start with the header. I cannot see anything here because there is that little hamburger icon, and you can see that we cannot see it. If you select it, you will see it opens up this little drawer for us with the quick links. But we need to go and edit it. What we can do is simply click on main row. That's a quick link, and it will open the main row for us. And let's have a look here at this header builder. So there is logo again in the main row, which we're not going to use, so you can delete that. And then here is the trigger. And the trigger is the menu, the mobile menu. But here is the thing. This is the trigger is that hamburger menu. So click on trigger so we can just first change the color so we can see it. Next to general, go to design and change these two to color number 8, which is white. Now we can see it better. What happens if somebody clicks on this is it will open this drawer with these quick links that we've created. We've set up the trigger. You can set it to the right, or you can change how it looks. You can make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. When you click on it, it opens this canvas for us, and that is the mobile menu. You'll notice it here on the left. Select mobile menu, and we make a change here. We go to design, and then for the font color, we can just make this all white. So when people hover it, it will be white. They select it, it's going to jump very quickly to those links. These are just short links. Nothing special here. Maybe even for mobile, you can remove it completely. But this gives you some idea of where this appears within Blocksy. Let's go have a look at the bottom where our footer is. The footer will need to make some changes here. Click on edit. And remember, this is different than the normal display. This is for mobile display. What I think will be a good approach here is to put these in separate rows. So I'll go and click on middle row, and then columns, I'll make it 1. Then I'll grab the footer menu, I'll drag it in there. Let's see, there we go. Click on the footer menu, and next to horizontal alignment, let's put it in the middle. Groovy. After that, select the bottom row, and we put it back on 1. And we'll also put it middle alignment. Oh, go to click on copy, then click on copyright and put it on center alignment. So we align it like so. And now we've set up everything within Blocksy that relates to the theme. Make sure you publish this page by saving it in the top, and then exit the customizer, click on the X. Because we entered this page through the Blocksy builder, it will show us the front end again. Let's go to the top and we select About Us, Gallery, and Contact Us. I do note that once we move these around, it seems that the footer is not happy with this kind of layout. So let's just go into Customizer again. I'm not going to leave you out there and not know what to do here. And let's click on this and put all of this on horizontal alignment. And let's just see here at the bottom, put them like so. Great. Middle row. I just want to have a look at the middle row. Click on middle row, vertical row, vertical spacing. There we go. That is just too big for me. So row vertical spacing, let's put it around 40. What did I do? Put it again on 40. Okay, there we go. Much better. We can bring it even down more. Let's take it down to 20. I can hear 20. Let's go and do the same for bottom row, row vertical spacing. We've learned now that. Let's take that to 15. And we've created that. Looks much better. Just click again here on the mobile icon so we can see how it will look in our responsive display. No changes here, but I want to see if I can reduce this as well. Let's go to the middle row. And it's set to 40. So I'm getting the feeling that these are not responsive, maybe a little glitch within Blocksy. I can speak to the creators on that and just ask their opinion, whether we can do this independently or whether this row vertical height, because if I reduce this now to 20 and I go back to desktop, it's also 20. Wait a minute. I see something here. Let me check. Let's put this back on 40. And I know I'm taking your time, but let's put it back on 40. Click on the mobile. And it is selected mobile. So this should be, this is 20. and this is 40. Okay, so now it works. Strange, previously, I can also select from here. I think it works better to select it from here than at the bottom. When I selected the little mobile at the bottom, it didn't lock that in, but when I did up here, it did. Okay, something that I can work on. Publish, I learned something every day, and exit here. Let's go to the front again and have a look. There we go. Click at the top on Contact Us, and it scrolls to the bottom. And I can click on About Us, and it will scroll back to About Us. One more thing I want to remind you. We used this Roboto. I keep pronouncing it strangely when I hear myself afterwards. I think it's Roboto. Mr. Roboto, not Mr. Roboto. Mr. Roboto. We used the Roboto font for our text, but I don't think this is Roboto. So we have to set up the font also in Blocksy for our menu links in the header. Click in the WordPress toolbar on Customize. And to change that, there's a very simple way of doing it. You go to Typography under General Options and just look at the base font. Click on System Default, and then here where you see the search bar, select and type in Roboto, Mr. Roboto. And go there, and it says here, looks like you've picked a Google font. There are some countries that are not too happy with things you get for free online, and they have a lot of complications with that. We are just doing a tutorial here. So you click here on I understand, don't show this notification again, and click on Continue. And the font updates there. Let's make the font size a little bit bigger. That's in our menu. So we have to click back here. And the easiest way from here is to go and click on the little balloon next to the menu link. And then we go to Design, Top Level Design, and click on the pixels. Currently it's at 12. Let's put it on, ooh, that's too big. I'll type in 16. And we can add some letter spacing. Type in 1. Ooh, too much. This is an M. Let's put it in pixels. Select here, put it on pixels. Let's do it again. Mixing the pixels, and we add 5. There we go. And now we save it again. Now we've done everything. Okay, let's close it up. About Us, nicely done. Some animation. Ooh, find out more takes us to the contact form. And then when we get to the bottom, want to go back to the gallery at the top. Whee! Okay, all of this is done, but finally, we still need a few more changes connected to our website, which we will be doing in WordPress, and that will bring us to the end.